What's up, YouTube? Crimson Fox here with another deck breakdown after a long break of these things because my Cam Studio didn't want to work because it's being a prick. It has to do with the video compressors and da da da. And since that's been a while, I decided to do something new, something fun, something interesting. And I came up with this deck. This is actually, I came up with this deck a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but pretty long ago. And so I just wanted to show you guys this deck. It's nothing too special. I haven't tested it out, mainly because I don't get on DNet very often. Honestly, I don't. It's gotten boring, really. I prefer dueling with an actual deck of cards than dueling online. I don't know. I like it better. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get with this deck. Alright. First off, 2 Cyber Dragon, which are probably going out of the deck because they really don't need to be here. But for right now, they're pretty good. I mean, easy special summon, really high attack power, light, which goes with the entire deck theme. Just really good. Next is Honest. This deck is a light theme deck, so he's going to be necessary for it. For those of you who don't know, if you just gotten into Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, Honest is he's a really good card. Basically, whenever a light monster battles, you send him from your hand to the grave, and they gain the monsters that the other monsters attack. Like, let's say you have a Cyber Dragon and you go up against a Blue Eyes, you throw down an Honest, your Cyber Dragon gains 3k attack. That's pretty much how it works. And he's relatively a good card for this deck. Relatively. He's not necessary, but it's always nice to have him in there. Alright, next. Constellar Acubens. This deck is a stellar deck. I know I forgot to mention that at the beginning of this video, but oh well, I'm mentioning it now. Yeah, I saw these guys a while back, and I thought they were interesting. I do like to Xyz, and their Xyz I think are really good. So yeah, I decided to do Stellars. I thought they would be fun. And I was kind of right. I haven't exactly played much with them, but I have played a little bit. So yeah. As you can tell, I'm not actually saying their names right. It's actually Constellar, but I can't keep saying that. It's just too long. I'm just going to call them Stellars for short. It's just shorter and easier for me. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into Acubens. What Acubens does is basically, when he's normal special summoned, which is what this whole deck revolves around being with other Stellars and their normal summons abilities, as you'll see. Basically, when he's normal special summoned, all Stellar monsters you currently control gain 500 attack. So you throw him down, everything gets 500, which is really nice. And you're going to find a lot of Stellar monsters in this deck because wow, I have 23 monsters. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, you're going to find a lot of Stellar monsters because Stellars don't like to work outside of each other, and they don't like to work without each other. There's not too much you can add that's not Stellar into a Stellar deck. So yeah, I run 2 of him. He's a pretty relatively okay card. Don't like his low attack, but still pretty okay. Constellar Antares. When he's normal summon, he's level 6, one of the higher levels, which aren't too great. When he's normal summoned or special summoned, you can target 1 stellar monster in your grave and add that target to your hand. He's kind of useful, and you can kind of keep using him. It works pretty well, but really with this guy, there's a spell card that does the same thing, but with 1 extra target and a cost, which it's not a big cost, really. So he's not really too useful, but I threw him in here because he's pretty cool. He's got a nice attack. Alright, next. Constellar Gredi. She's really good. Normal summon her, special summon a level 4 stellar monster from your hand. 600 attack plus another monster, that's terrific. Run 2 of her. I run 2 of her, I should say. Constellar Hawa. Hawa is a really good card. Basically, you tribute him, and you can special summon in face-up defense position from your hand or grave a stellar monster that's not Hawa. So that's really, really good. Summon, tribute, get him out. I found a small loop with Antares and Hawa. Basically, you summon out Hawa, tribute him, get Antares. Antares' effect activates, get Hawa. And then just keep doing that until you until you no longer need a 24 beat stick, pretty much. Alright, so yeah, I run 3 Hawa, really good. Stellar Kaust, one of the better cards of Stellars. Level 4, 1800 attack, and has the ability to increase or decrease a stellar monster's level, including himself. Pretty much, he can't be used as a synchro material, fair enough. But you can summon him, and let's say you summon him with Gredi, or an effect like Gredi's, with a level 3 stellar. But you want to go for a rank 4 Xyz. You activate his effect, and increase your other monster's rank by, level by 1 to go for the rank 4. Or you can, if you want to go for rank 3, you decrease Kaust's level by 1. Or if you have 2 other monsters that you want to use instead of Kaust, you summon Kaust and use his effect to increase or decrease their level by 1 on both of them. It's a really, really good card. And the ability to use its effect twice per turn is pretty rare, so I like that about him. He is a really good card. Alright, next. Leonis. He's a pretty good card. Pretty much while he's on the field, you can normal summon 1 extra stellar monster. It's pretty good. I mean, he won't stay on the field very long with only 1000 attack, but still pretty good. Pollux. Pollux is one of my favorites. He's my favorite besides Kaust. Kaust is definitely my favorite of the Stellars. I know that doesn't make any sense, but you don't question me. Darn it. Darn it. Alright, anyway, Stellar Pollux. Yeah, he's cool. Basically, he does the same thing as Leonis, except it only happens when he's summoned. So basically, you normal summon a Pollux, and then you can normal summon again. Whereas, he gives you the effect every turn. It's always nice. And with 1700 attack, it's really, really good. Rescha? It's either Rescha or Reshka. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's kind of strange. But, oh well. He's kind of good. When he's normal summon, you special summon 1 stellar monster from your hand into defense position. He's kind of good. It's not the most broke ever, but still pretty good. Constellar Schet. He's interesting. Basically, he's got a Cyber Dragon. Oh my gosh, Cyber Dragon special summon, and he's got a Cyber Dragon special summon and can pretty much copy the level of any stellar monster that's on the field or in the grave. So that way he can go into pretty easy Xyz monsters. But the only problem is he can't go into regular Xyz. Like, you can't go summon Pollux, summon Schet, copy Pollux, Utopia, but you can go summon Pollux, summon Schet, copy Pollux, Xyz Beehive, which we'll get to him later. So, even though you can't go into stellar Xyzes, it's still pretty good, because the stellar Xyzes work really, really well. Alright, last monster, Sheratan. He's the searcher of the deck. You just summon him and get a stellar monster from your deck to your hand. Alright, next. Starting off with the staples, Monster Born Heavy Storm. Don't have a Dark Hole because I do have it's kind of a fast deck and it is going to summon a lot. Pot of Duality. I promised myself I would never use this card because it's just too expensive. Well, actually, no, it's gone down in price. Wow. Only $10. But still, that's $10 a pop. It's pretty expensive for a piece of fucking cardstock. Anyway, Pot of Duality. Since this deck doesn't special summon a lot and normal summons more, I decided to go with this. It'll help a lot with draw power. Stellar Starsign. Every time I see someone with Stellar Monster, draw 1 card, more draw power. here's the card that does basically the same thing as Antares, but instead of 1, it's 2, and you can't go to your battle phase that turn. Oh well. Not too bad. 2 calls, because I made this deck back when call was semied. 2 Stellar Shooting Star. Basically, when your opponent battles a stellar monster but doesn't die, it goes back to the deck, which is pretty cool. Xyz Reborn brings back Xyz monsters, and Xyz Reflect, pretty much a solemn judgment with using Xyz, if it targets an Xyz monster, which is pretty nice. And it inflicts damage, so it's pretty good. Alright, moving on, we're just going to ignore the side deck, because I don't want to have this video run too long. 1 Adreus, 1 number 6 Volcasaurus. I hope you guys know what these do. Volcasaurus is like crazy. Right, he destroys a monster and inflicts damage, and then he can't attack directly that turn. Bouncer, Photon Strike Bouncer. Negates monster effects, destroys the monster, and oh wait, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't destroy the monster. It just negates the effect and inflicts 1,000 damage to your opponent. Beehive, pretty much a Stellar Honest without the big attack boost. I run 3 of him. He's really cool. Hyades or Hyades, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna call it Hyades. It makes it easier for me. Change all monsters your opponent controls to face up defense position, which is okay-ish. 2 of him. Stellar Omega on either player's turn, which is how most of these work, by the way. Either player's turn, either player's turn, either player's turn. Sorry, trying to think. By the way, this is the only one that takes specifically stellar monsters. The rest of the stellar ones only take light monsters. So anyway, during either player's turn, detach an Xyz material from this card, and then all face-up stellar monsters you control are unaffected by spell trap, which is nice. Your opponent uses Dark Hole, you chain Omega's effect. Dark Hole doesn't work. Haha. I laugh in your face. Stellar Pleiades. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Pleiades. Think it's funny. Think it's funny. Anyway, 2 level 5 monsters. Basically returns targets on the field to the hand. Doesn't matter who controls them. 1 Messer 7. I don't know how to pronounce. I'm just gonna call him Stellar 7. It makes things so much easier. I don't know how to pronounce his name. 2 level 6 monsters. Generic level 6 monster, doesn't have to be anything specific. Can also use Stellar Xyz monsters, but if you do, it can't activate its effect on the turn it's special summoned. And then its effect is once per turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 monster in the field or in the graveyard and return it to its hand. So it's another returner, just like Pleiades. Wait a second. The only thing you have over... Okay. I'm sorry. I was just checking... Pretty much checking stats. And then last, Tiras, Keeper of Genesis. This deck will probably be okay. It definitely needs some fine-tuning, because I need to get rid of this, and I need to change the number of these, and change which cards I use. There's a lot of stuff I gotta change about it. But for right now, it's pretty okay. I mean, I'll eventually get to it. So, thanks for watching. Join me next time for... whatever I do. I don't know yet, because I haven't done these in a while. And again, I apologize for that. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. And, get memory foam mattresses, something like that. And until next time, you keep on being nerdy, Internet.